All right, so you're getting ready to start P90X. Congratulations, this is an awesome program. We want to give you a quick introduction just to give you the hints that will help you to get the truly P90X-like results that you can get. There are a lot of people that go through this program and they just go through the motions and they wonder why they didn't get the truly amazing results that you see on the infomercials. And if you follow the instructions and you do what this program says to do, you can get those kind of results. Those kind of results like you see on TV all the time. In my first round of P90X, I went from 20% body fat down to 8%. That is possible, but you have to follow the major points. The first thing that people always ask is, what kind of equipment do I need for P90X? The basics are a wide variety of dumbbells and a pull-up bar. What we have are the Bowflex Select-Tech dumbbells. These are the Bowflex Select-Tech dumbbells. The smaller set go from 5 to 52.5 pounds in small increments. 2.5 pounds at first, and then 5 pounds once you get above 25 pounds. Most people doing P90X will never get above that weight. The bigger set goes from 10 to 90 pounds in 5-pound increments. This is the pull-up tower that we use. Hanging from it, you'll see the pull-up assist, and that's available from Beachbody as well. So if you can't do an actual pull-up on your own, you can use that for some additional resistance that will help you to get up over the bar. Beachbody also makes a really great pull-up bar with multiple hand positions that goes in a doorway. I have one of those and I really like it. The freestanding pull-up bar works better. It's a little bit easier to use. If you use the pull-up bar in the doorway, I find that it's very important to put a folded up washcloth behind each of the supports to protect the molding in your doorway. Why do you need a wide variety of dumbbells? Because there are a lot of different exercises and they're done and they work different muscle groups. Anything from straight arm shoulder flies where you need a really light weight to one arm rows where you're bent over and doing a row with your back. Tony calls them lawnmowers. And that's a big muscle group, so you can go heavier on that. So having just a couple of 5s and a couple of 10s is not going to cut it, even for women. And that's another point. Women need to lift heavy on this. You're not going to get big and bulky. You don't have the testosterone. Your body is not made for that. The female bodybuilders that women see, and so many see them and go, oh my God, I don't want to look like that. Train for years and years and years and push really hard to get to that level. P90X will not get you there. P90X will get you lean and toned. But for everybody, you must challenge your muscles. You must. Some of the points that Tony makes in P90X are really important. There's a lot of cheesy jokes, a lot of one-liners out through there, and people tune him out. Don't tune Tony Horton out. Tony Horton really knows a lot about what he's saying, and listen to him, because there are points throughout there that he makes that are vital to getting the results. One of the things that Tony says is in doing push-ups, too many people stop way before they should. And that's the truth. When he says, go till you can't go anymore, that means go till you can't go anymore until your form goes south. When your form gets bad, that's when you stop. When you're doing push-ups, when you're doing curls, when you're doing anything with a weight, those last 3 reps, Tony Horton says you've got to feel the burn. And that means you can't go, okay, well, I'm going to do 5, okay, well, there's 15, and I'm done. No, the last 3 reps got to look like this. If you're not working at that level, you're not working at P90X level, and you're not going to get the P90X-like results. It's challenging the muscles, pushing yourself right up to your limits, because if you push to those limits, the limits will expand, and you'll be able to push further, and you'll get stronger, and you'll get better. That's the intensity that it takes to get the P90X results. Intensity is the name of the game in this program. It doesn't mean going really fast. It means pushing yourself to your limits. Let's talk about the 3 basic schedules. P90X is set up with 3 different schedules: lean, classic, and doubles. Classic is the way that P90X is meant to be done. It was the way that it was developed and the way that the expectation was that everybody would do it. There were some people who balked at doing strength training 3 days a week, and so they put in a little bit more cardio. And it's my opinion that it's a marketing strategy to say that this is to burn off more fat. But the truth is, pushing yourself more and doing strength training 3 days a week, cardio 2 days a week, and your yoga is going to get you better results. So stay with Classic. I recommend everyone stay with Classic unless you are extremely overweight. If you're extremely overweight, you can do lean and you can do a modified version, but P90X is an advanced program and it's not meant for people who are extremely overweight. You can do it, you can modify for it. Those are the only people I would suggest do lean. If you're going to do it and you want really good extreme results, do P90X Classic. If you want to do doubles, doubles just means on your strength day, you're going to add a light cardio workout. That's in there for people who are doing training for things like a triathlon and they don't want to give up their running and they don't want to give up their cycling, and they say, well, how can I do P90X and incorporate that into my triathlon training? Well, you'll do your strength training in the morning and then you go out and you do your run later in the afternoon, or you do your cycling, or you do your swimming. That's the way that doubles is set up. The doubles program is set up to use Cardio-X, but you can sub that out for whatever type of cardio that you wanted to do. And if you do doubles, understand that that is training at a really high level. One more point about staying on the schedule. People have to understand that life happens. Occasionally we miss a day here and there, and people want to try to make that up. You cannot make up a missed workout. So if you did chest and back on one day, and then something happened and you couldn't get to plyo the next day, and on the Wednesday, the day 3 is shoulders and arms. People want to do plyo, then shoulders and arms, and think that that helped them. That doesn't work. That's not the way that your body and your metabolism respond to exercise. Your body responds basically on a 24-hour on a daily schedule. So making it up doesn't work. There's no way to make up a missed workout. You either adjust it and move on, or you miss that workout and you just keep going on with your schedule. But staying on that schedule and staying with it and getting in the workouts every day is, again, another step that's going to get you to the real results. And you have to ask yourself, what do you want from this? Do you want to get the real results, or do you want to just show up and say that you did it and hope that you get the results? If you stay on task, you can get those infomercial-like results. Next point, and we hear this all the time, do I have to do the yoga? It's so long, it's so boring, I hate doing it. I'm no good at it, I'm not flexible, I can't stand on one foot. Excuse, excuse, excuse. A lot of people come up with excuses and why not to do yoga, but the fact is, yoga is the most frequently repeated workout in P90X, and it's there for a reason. Your muscles tighten up with the strength training that you're doing 3 days a week. You need to stretch those out. And it helps more than just stretching and flexibility. It helps with your core strength. It helps with your balance. It helps with your breathing. Yoga is in there for a reason. So yes, you have to do the yoga. If you're not doing the yoga, you're not really doing P90X. The final point in this quick intro is follow the nutrition guide. The nutrition guide is at least 60% of your results. Sagi Kalev, who is the trainer in Beachbody's Body Beast program, says nutrition is 100% of your results because it affects your workouts, it affects how hard you can work, it affects how much energy you have, it affects your mood when it comes to your workouts, it affects everything all around, how your body responds to your workouts. So follow that nutrition guide. We're going to go into a nutrition video in and of itself later and show you how to prepare a typical P90X-like meal, the type of meal that I eat every day and that got me to the results that I want. But there are some simple points in the nutrition guide that you have to follow. The types of foods to eat. That means lean meats, leafy greens, fresh vegetables, fruits, nuts, and whole grains. The other thing that the P90X nutrition guide suggests is tracking what you're eating, creating a food diary. That's so easy these days with websites like MyFitnessPal and Fat Secret and so many others, where you can just log in what you have, what you eat, and there's a database that will find those things. But part of the nutrition guide that a lot of people skip over is in your first phase of this at least, it's really important to measure your portions, weigh your lean meats, and know exactly what you're eating. That means before you cut or before you cook a chicken breast, you want to weigh it and cut it down to 4 to 6 ounces. 4 ounces of chicken breast is a serving. So if you're going to have a 6-ounce chicken breast, at least you have to weigh it so you know what it is. If you just eyeball it, you never know. You could be off. I've had people that I know who have been off over 1,000 calories a day because they eyeball it. And when they start measuring it, start measuring their portions, they realize just how far off they were. Getting those portions, getting your calories right, getting your macronutrients right is vital to your success in P90X. So if you really want to get the results, you've got to do as much hard work in the kitchen as you do in the workouts. Because unless you're a professional athlete, unless you're Michael Phelps and you're swimming 8 to 10 hours a day, you cannot out-train bad nutrition. You have to nail the nutrition to get the results that you want. There are calculations in the P90X guide, and it doesn't account for male and female, so women have to eat a little bit less than most men. A general guideline is to maintain their weight, the average size man needs about 2,400 calories doing P90X. The average size woman needs 1,800 to 2,000. To lose weight, a general guideline is about 1,500 calories to lose weight for women, 2,000 calories to lose weight for men. And you have to adjust based on each individual body because every body is different. Getting those things down, those are the points that are going to get you to the P90X results that you want to get. So ask yourself at the beginning, right now, when you're getting ready to start this program, what do I want out of it? Have your goal in mind. Know what you're working towards. And put in the work, both in the kitchen and in the gym, and make that happen.